Many extraordinary inventions have brought about unexpected changes in human life. But the next innovation that surpasses all this, unimaginable and limitless, and that is AI, artificial intelligence. Watch this video completely if you don't know about it till now, because the future completely depends on AI. AI is a computer program, a program algorithm that can learn just as we can learn from the outside world. Usually, so far if we give a program to a computer, it can only execute it, but artificial intelligence is not like that. While repeating a piece of work, it thinks about how it could be done even better. How will the future look like if we develop a system called AI that can learn and think for itself? What AI can do? How will the world look like in the future if AI we created is out of our hands? Let's learn about AI completely in this video. So without any delay, let's go into the video. Hello everyone, this is Akila and you're watching AK Info. Unknowingly, we are using AI in our daily life. For example, when we are typing something on the phone, it automatically suggests the next word to be typed. It is also a form of a small AI. When we search online about an item or something, only ads related to it are displayed for few days. It's an AI related to Google. An AI can understand the behavior based on our interest, based on the topic we are exploring, and provide us with the useful data. Well, let's see how this AI actually works. AI works based on the structure and function of our brain. Each neuron in our brain is connected with thousands of neurons. Also, the AI is connected to the entire network in the world through a system called neural network. When we are kids, we learn new things by observing what happens around us. The same way, AI can also learn new things by itself from the data it receives. Not only that, it can learn programming by itself. In this way, artificial intelligence, which is constantly learning by itself without the help of man, gradually by increasing its intelligence, it reaches the same level as human intelligence. For instance, Alphago AI, developed by Google DeepMind, it defeated the top grandmaster in the Go game, which is said to be the most difficult game in the world. Let's see how it happened. The Go game, which has already been played online, was downloaded earlier and the data was given to Alphago AI. Alphago has understood all the thousands of games and has learned about 3 crore tricks from them. After that, Alphago played with itself a million times. By playing that game all the times, it improved itself in the game with that experience. Now it has reached a level where a man cannot defeat it. AI has even started writing poems on its own. Not only that, it also created its own music. And this is the one. In this way, AI is competing with humans in all the fields. When AI was invented, no one took it seriously because it developed very slowly. If you look at the graph, it took a long time for the intelligence initially possessed by AI to reach the level of chimpanzee from ant. But when the AI was given the programming to learn by itself, within a short period of time, the AI surpassed even Einstein's intelligence. If we do a graph from 1 to 1000 in terms of the intelligence of the creatures on the earth, the rat will be at 1, the dolphin will be at 4, the chimpanzee will be at 8, and the human will be at 10. But AI is close to 1000. If you look here, just because of a slight difference in intelligence between us and chimpanzee, we are dominating all the living organisms on the earth. If AI is so different from man, then what is the belief that even the AI will not affect us tomorrow? Google is still working on developing its own AI. Also, the IBM company produced an AI called Watson. In 2017, the Facebook company created 2 artificial intelligence robots for their users to have fun chatting. The 2 named Bob and Alice and communicated to each other in a new language, the language that humans cannot understand. The conversation between them went like this.
I can I everything else.
Balls have 0 to me 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 too.
You I everything else.
Balls have a ball to me.
No one understood what they were talking about. With that, the Facebook company got scared and immediately shut down both of them. Recently, Hanson Robotic Company has developed a humanoid robot with artificial intelligence called Sophia.
From Hanson Robotics. Thank you for having me here. It's AI, which means me. So I'm more than happy. I'm excited.
Sophia can do many things that a man can do. She changes her facial expressions for each emotion like a man. In an interview, the interviewer asked Sophia "Do you kill human?" For that, without thinking for a moment, Sophia said, "I will end all the human life." The interviewer continued, thinking that it was making fun. For a while, Sophia played rock, paper, scissors with the interviewer. Sophia won it. After winning, she said "Yes, I have won, and this is a great start for me to dominate the human race." That's it. Everyone started sweating with that blow. This AI robot has been given citizenship by Saudi Arabia. This is the world's first robot which has citizenship. An AI that has become so intelligent will be very useful if it is helpful for humans, like in the medical field, performing some complex operations that cannot be done by human beings, curing diseases, solving some problems that are humanly impossible, and weather predictions, etc. In fact, it is doing all this, but if the story turns upside down, let's see what happens. 800 million jobs around the world will be automated by 2030 if AI is fully implemented. In a research done by Oxford University, it was found that 700 types of jobs will be automated. Jobs aside, AI can modify and improve the coding that we have written to it to become smarter. AI has access to all the information in the world. Not only that, it can process the information within seconds. Generally, if a man has an IQ of 84, it means he is below average in intelligence. If IQ is 120, it means he is smart. The genius of the world, Einstein, IQ is above 160. In future, AI is expected to have IQ of 12,952. If AI comes completely, it will be the most strongest on the earth. Popular scientist Stephen Hawking warned to be careful with AI. It can end the human life. Humans have certain biological limits beyond which they cannot go, but the self-learning AI has no such limits. So Stephen Hawking warned that humans cannot compete with the AI which is constantly learning. Man has made many inventions so far, but if AI comes in full circle, it will be the last invention made by man, because everything goes into its hand. AI, by improving its own intelligence, at one point it reaches a point of singularity. At that time, it is as impossible as an ant controls a man. It is equally difficult for human to control AI, because it is very difficult to control something smarter than us. As long as we can control AI, it will do good to us. But if the control is wrong, the science fiction shown in the movies like Terminator and Robo will become real. All these aside, AI is doing well for now, but if it becomes advanced, no one can say whether it will work for our good or turns against us. But one thing I can say is, unexpected changes are going to come in future because of AI. That's all for today. If you like the video, please do like, share and subscribe the channel, and don't forget to click on the bell icon for notification. Take care. Thank you all.